What is up guys, my name is White Grim Reaper and welcome to this guide for hard mode Kril. Before we get into things, remember to like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more guides. With that done, let's get into it. Kril Tsutsaroth, sometimes referred to as Zamorak or usually just Kril, especially now that Zamorak is a real boss, is one of the 4 original God Wars 1 bosses. In normal mode, he has 55,000 HP, a weakness to fire spells, and a single special attack he uses about every 25 to 30 seconds when you have prayer points that does up to 6,600 damage and drains your prayer. Normal mode is pretty simple. You can just stand in the corner and tank the hits if you're high level enough, or you can try kiting him all over the arena. In hard mode, Kril changes up his stats and his specials to make for a much more interesting fight. His HP increases to 100,000, his armor and affinity values change to even out his weaknesses, and he loses his previous Yar special and instead gains 3 new ones. His first special, Charge, is telegraphed when he says, "Run, coward," followed by a charge in the direction of the player until he hits a wall. He can't be dealt damage during this time, and the easy way to solve this is to just stand directly next to or 1 tile away from a wall. This will mean that you take no damage and can immediately continue your rotations as soon as he bonks into the wall. The second special, Spikes, is telegraphed when he says, "You cannot stand against Zamorakian might," after which 1 tile of spikes will appear directly under where the player is standing. All you need to do for this mechanic is to move off of the tile you're on as soon as he says the line. If you move away from Kril as he uses this special, it'll actually do damage to him instead of you once he stands on it, though it'll do less to him than it would do to you. The last special, Enrage, is telegraphed when he says, "Die in the name of Zamorak." After a short animation, Kril will start following you around the arena, dealing rapid 100% accuracy hits in both magic and melee. These can each hit for up to 2,500, so it's the best option to just run away from him until he's done raging. Later in this guide I'll go over exactly how I do this, but I'd recommend having Surge and hopefully Double Surge ready, as well as Freedom since you can be stunned during this special. During a fight, Kril will open with one of the first 2 specials, either Charge or Spikes, followed relatively quickly by an Enrage. If your DPS is at least moderately good, especially considering mine is pretty bad, you should only have to deal with 1 or at most 2 sets of specials. This is my recommended loadout for Kril with magic gear. Full Virtus or Anima Core, augmented with your best perks. Venom Blood is of course a good bonus, as are Devotion and Enhanced Devotion for the Enrage mechanic. One core aspect to my method is using a charged Ectoplasmator and a Demon Horn necklace to recharge my prayer. If you don't have one of these, or you're an Iron Meme that can't charge one consistently, you can just use your best pocket and neck slots, bring some Restore Potions or Combo Overloads, Penance Aura, Penance Powder, anything like that. Kril also has access to the rare drop table, so you can bring a Luck Ring if you'd like, and of course bring your best weapon and aura, Slayer Helm if you're on a task, and camp the best spell you can. I've personally been using an Inquisitor's Staff, no aura because I'm lazy, and camping Exsanguinate because it just does that much damage. My inventory is pretty basic. Some emergency food, even though Kril drops a ton, a BOB familiar for picking up drops, and some overloads. If you don't have Venom Blood, you can also bring some Anti-Poison Plus, even though the poison doesn't do that much damage, and if you need prayer regen, you can bring Shard and Restore Pots. Plus, never forget your Vecna Skull for good luck, and the Kril Soulstone once you get one as a drop, because it'll make getting kill count much easier. The game plan is pretty simple here. After getting access to the instance, go to this spot in the boss room with 1 tile between you and the wall. Once the fight starts, start your DPS rotations and do as much damage as you can, including using Sunshine or Tsunami. Kril will eventually use either Charge or Spikes. For Charge, just ignore him since he'll charge into the wall. For Spikes, walk 1 tile back so you're next to the wall. This will make his spikes hit him instead and help you clear each kill faster. Once he goes into Gamer Rage mode, I prefer to do the following. First, activate your melee overhead, especially if you're using magic. Second, run to the top corner up here. Third, as soon as he gets to a few tiles away, either run or surge if you have double surge across to here. Fourth, run, then surge either down here or back to where you started. Then 5, if you didn't surge over back to where you started, run back over. You can also feel free to throw in some abilities, some basics or thresholds as you're doing this if he's far enough away, because he can still take damage while he's enraged. This special's animation is a little bit buggy, so you can't always trust when he's done with it. Sometimes after I've done these above steps, he's still raging for a few ticks after he catches up, so you can continue running around the perimeter of the instance for longer if you prefer. Since Kril and his minions drop a ton of food, I usually will just take the hits and eat it up between spawns. let's do a walkthrough of a full kill starting from 0 all the way to the end of the kill. Okay, so we start off the kill. As soon as he spawns in, he'll start dealing damage to us and we start dealing our damage. This is where you'd want to Sunshine if you have it. Tsunami, that sort of stuff. This is sort of your best time to deal damage because all of this section he's not doing specials, and then he does 2 specials basically right after each other. So he's going to start out, I believe in this kill he uses a spikes in just about a second. There we go. Yeah, so he uses the spikes. We walk back 1 and pretty much immediately uses his Enrage. So we'll surge up, walk across. We're going to make an attempt to surge back and we'll sort of mess it up. We'll get distracted, then we'll surge there instead. So we just walk back into our Sunshine right where we started and start DPSing him again. That's basically the cycle for killing Kril. It's about a 35-ish second cycle, 30 to 35 seconds. Basically, if you can't kill him by the time that you hit about a minute, he'll start doing that cycle again, and you just keep going that until he's dead. Luckily, if your damage is anywhere near good enough, you won't have to deal with a second set of specials like I almost had to. As you can see, you just need to continue this pattern once or twice, and that's all you should need to get each kill. With this method, a maxed player can get 70 plus kills per hour with maxed gear, meaning it should only take you a measly 12 to 13 hours to get it on average drop chance. Personally, I got just around 70 kills per hour once I had gotten all of the upgrades I've used, but I haven't been using Aura, I haven't been using the absolute best gear or weapons. There's a lot of things that I could do to make my kills faster. So you might see as many as 80 or even possibly 90 kills per hour. And that's about it. If you liked this video, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more, and leave a comment below what KC you end up getting your pet at. I got my boss pet at 550 total kills and finally finished my log with a hilt drop at double that, 1100 kills, so hopefully you have better luck than I do. See ya!